Hi everyone, I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. For our reading today, I'll choose 3 cards. I'm going to read the card that is, the first card is what's occurring inside us, and the second card is what's going on in our environment. And then I will pull another card to ask for some direction. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective or anyone who views this video. So there we are, what's going on within. Some of us may be feeling alone. On the outside world, we have the world. And how can we heal and move forward? Asking for some guidance. The moon, okay. And because this card here, this is the 5 of Pentacles, and we can see the moon there. So I'm reading into the moon, this new moon that's occurring on the 17th of July, Monday, the new moon in Cancer. So this is a powerful new moon. Cancer is the sign of nurturing, of really self-parenting, being gentle with ourselves, old, subconscious, conditioning, thought forms, fears may be presenting themselves to us. We have that light there that we're carrying, and to shine that light, the divine light from within. The moon, the new moon that's occurring next week, next Monday. And Cancer is the sign of the divine feminine, the mother. And I just feel we are being taken into the womb of the cosmos for healing, into that stillness of the womb, in that void where we may be facing old fears of not being good enough. As you can see, the action steps are to face those shadows, and you can see the shadow is moving away. So as we face them, first and foremost, we become aware of them, because those programs are running and really controlling us. This is what this 3D, third dimension, is all around: control and keeping us in that state of fear. And as we start to really be aware of that and face those fears, allow them to come to the surface, and then we can embrace a new life. So I'm feeling the energies now, and especially with Mercury moving into Leo and Mars moving into Virgo, big shifts happening, planetary shifts happening. Venus is slowing down, ready to retrograde on the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd of July. So soon after this new moon, Venus is slowing down, becoming stationary, ready to go into retrograde, to ask us to peel away at those layers that make us feel, that tell us we're not lovable, that tell us that our most beautiful wishes are never going to materialize if there's any programs running like that, any thought forms and feelings going on, because we're being shown why we have not moved into our higher timeline, because there's still unresolved programs, there's still unresolved experiences still playing out within us. And even though our head may tell us, yeah, we've done the healing, that doesn't bother me anymore, somewhere deep down inside, the cellular memory is being heightened. We are in the waning moon, so this is the time of where we delve into our subconscious and allow unresolved issues to surface. And know that when this happens, it's something wonderful. It's not that we aren't spiritual. It's not that we have come off our path. The universe is giving us a gift of showing us what it is that we would love our lives to be, and something if far greater. It's showing us that we have this dense energy within us, and shining a light on it and bringing it into our awareness for us to work through, realizing that it's an illusion, it's not real. But sometimes those fears are so stubborn, really stubborn, that we go into this stubborn place of actually putting more attention on our fears than embracing the new coming in. So however this is occurring, know that what the energy is bringing up for us, things, unresolved issues, self-doubts, not feeling good enough, whatever it may be, that is making us feel alone. This is where in traditional tarot, this is where the two figures are out in the cold and the lights behind them, there's some kind of church or some building behind them that's lit up. So they have come outside of themselves and started to look around at what's not right in our world, and especially with Mars moving in to Virgo, things that aren't finished, things that are still causing some kind of irritation within us. When we start to see them and get frustrated with our lives because it's not moving fast enough, we've come outside of ourselves. When we start to listen to what's going on in the outside world, that is getting noisier and noisier, and lots of drama, whatever is occurring in our outside world. Once we start to listen to that and get entangled in it, it takes up space in our head, it brings up old emotions within us. So we've come out of ourselves and started to look in the outside world. The moon, this new moon, and moving up to the new moon, is asking us to go within it and actually face those shadows. So on some level, we may be all going through some dark night of the soul, some reoccurring feelings, anything that we're saying we don't want to happen and it's happening. How is that making us feel? It's bringing up an emotion, it's bringing up a feeling of uncomfortableness. So the universe is saying this uncomfortableness within you is creating this experience, this perception. Go within, do our self-healing, sit, go out into nature, connect with the star constellations, allowing the waning moon to just take away anything now that's blocking us from stepping in to our new reality. That we have the vision, it's there, but emotionally we may not quite be on that timeline. So these emotions are playing out and we're getting lost in them. So old fears coming to the surface, having to face things that we really don't want to face, and we're being asked to go within, to let go of those uncomfortable feelings in a way that we choose something that is gentler. We choose gentler thoughts. We make peace with it, with ourselves, with our past, with the present moment. So the moon now is working on us at a very deep level, emotional level. The moon is in Aries and then moves into Taurus today. So Aries is the I am, it's the first breath, it's asking us what is going on at the core of our being, what layers are really weighing heavy and stopping us from moving forward in that divine alignment, because this is waiting for us. The world, the new world is waiting for us when we open up and connect to our divinity, to our higher self. So whatever is going on, it's old emotions repeating, constantly repeating. The moon is asking us to go into those emotions, not create stories from those emotions in our head and project them onto our present, what's happening at this moment, to really go in. If we are constantly having the same lesson, if somebody's coming into our life that is maybe making us feel on some level guilty because we cannot fulfill their expectation of us, that guilt is we will self-sabotage, we will punish ourselves for not being everything everyone else expects of us. So let go of those expectations of ourselves and the expectations others have on us as well. So today, spending time focusing on our new reality, knowing that we are doing some cleansing work, that these heavy energies don't reside in our higher timelines. The energies that flow through us are creating our timeline. We're moving into this new moon in Cancer, which is holding us in the womb of the cosmos. Lots of planetary changes through July and August. 7 of the 8 planets will be in retrograde, asking us to peel away those false beliefs now, because they are not who we truly are. They're who we have been led to believe we are by the outside world. But when we delve deep into the core of who we are divine source energy, which is divine love, divine power. This is weakening. When we start to look outside and get entangled with what's going on in the outside world, whether it's in someone close, whether it's what's happening in the media, whatever's going on there, once we start to get entangled, it takes space up, which blocks us from really connecting to the higher self, to the divine. And when we say higher, It's really deeper within us. It's not outside of our body. It's actually at the core of our being. So coming in, if we're feeling alone, come back into that peace, into that sacred calmness, knowing that once we come into that place of peace, of love, we are connected to the higher consciousness. The moon, the new moon on Monday, helping us now to come into that fertile soil, that fertile, the womb, and start to manifesting from that pureness of divine love. So anything that's not of love, anything that's causing us to go into some kind of battle with ourselves or battle with the outside world, is what's being shown to us for releasing, not to waste our life force energy on things that we can't change. To come in, focus on the new earth that's abundant, that's filled with love, that's filled with divine abundance for every single person. So whatever's going on in your life that you don't want to be happening, that you're having to face something that you're really going into resistance with, the moon is, the Divine Mother is showing us of just make peace with it. Make peace. Accept it. And as we accept it, it starts to dissolve. So today is a day of focusing on going into the core of who we are, going into the divine mystic, going into that place of supreme joy, which will dissolve. And once we come into alignment with who we truly are, we see that we're all different. We have been programmed to all be the same, and if anyone stands out, especially if we have a different view, then there's something wrong, when actually now it's about the expansion of standing in our light, holding on what's true within our heart, not our head, not what other people are saying, what's true and what feels right for us, knowing that we are never alone. In truth, we have guides, we have our angels, we have our loved ones in spirit constantly around us, talking to us, telling us that everything's going to be okay. There's nothing to worry about. Once we find something to worry about, it can be something so small, and before we know it, we've made a mountain out of one small worry. And as we take our attention and choose life-giving thoughts, they then start to create chemicals within our body that bring health and well-being and light and joy. So whatever you may be facing today, on some level we're all facing something. Be gentle with ourselves, be gentle with everyone, because everyone's going through this shift. So maybe going into that deep dark night of the soul, and to really hold space for those souls that are going through that. And if we're going through it on any level, to know that it's teaching us something. It's teaching us that there's a better way of being. There's a better way to live. And yeah, even though in this there may be things going on in our lives that we do not wish to be happening, it's teaching us something. It's teaching us how to let go. It's how to let go of trying to fix something. It's trying to let go of having that focused intention on something. with so much, with no room for growth, with no room for flexibility. So when we let go and become flexible and allow things to come up without going into battle with it or resistance within us or in our outside world, then we add the 8 of Cups. We're moving, we're shifting. Things that used to be important to us aren't any longer. We're all becoming into this mystic, and now once we've had these mystical experiences, we can never go back to who we are. We can never go back into that place of stress and trying to control our lives. We let go, and as you can see, that water is calm, the sand is beautiful and soft, and I always see footprints in the sand when this card comes. So even though we may feel alone and we're making these changes, people may be falling away from us on a different soul, on a different timeline now. And it's because people are moving away, not to feel alone, because as we start, people on the same wavelength start to come into our lives, and footprints in the sand. And when we're making these changes, we're being held by God, we're being held and carried by Jesus. So let go of anything that's weighing heavy. This is what this energy is showing us. We can't go on to the higher timelines because these timelines are running through us based on the energy that we are emitting. We're creating with every thought, every feeling, every word into that screen there, into that electric field that's all around us. So we're projecting and creating constantly. So if we are projecting and something's happening in our outside world that we do not wish, that we're going into resistance with, take a deep breath and let go. Just let go. See it dissolving in light, the feelings dissolving in light, and then we're able to move on. So I'm just going to pull one from the Mystical Healing for some extra guidance for today. We have, it's a no. Really, don't suppress, don't push through, don't go into resistance, acceptance. So wherever, and as well, don't make any major decisions, because Venus is slowing down, ready to retrograde, and Venus is about our love life, it's about our finances, it's about our desires. So just pause for today. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't go into being a reaction from our triggers. Just pause and go into stillness. Not everything in our outside world needs our reaction. Just step back and observe what's going on as we're travelling through this massive and major shift. Just observe. Don't go into our heads and create how we perceive it's going and what's happening. Know that the cosmos is holding us, and the Divine Mother is holding us, God is holding us, our angels. So know that we are being lovingly embraced as we make these changes. So I hope they resonate, and if you are going through any major shifts in your life and you're having to face something that feels really dense and uncomfortable, just take a deep breath and just see it all crumbling. Feel the feeling come in. Allow the light of divine intelligence to dissolve and bring the insights. and then you'll see that things start to work out miraculously. So a beautiful reading for today. I'm sending you so much love, and thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.